I am now introducing Insane Ian. Achievement unlocked!
Greetings, Internet, and welcome to another episode of A Comedy Musician Reacts. My name is Insane Ian. I am a comedy musician and comedy music fan, and on this show I react to comedy music from the perspective of a comedy musician. Because that's what I am, and that's what I do, and that's what this is, and that's why you're here, and that's why this week I'm reacting to a ton of stuff because I've been away for a while. But today I am reacting to the North Pole Corporate Takeover by the Stupendium. If this is your first time joining us, yes, I am a comedy musician, and I react exclusively to comedy music because that is where my field of expertise lies. What this means for you is that I'm going to pause the video. Kind of a lot, actually. This way I'm not talking over or laughing over the jokes and missing them. This way I can talk about how the lyrics and video work in tandem to help enhance the comedy. Sometimes I'm analyzing, sometimes I'm summarizing, sometimes I'm explaining jokes, which is always fun for people, and sometimes I'm just sitting back and laughing my damn head off. It's a crapshoot whatever you're going to get, but I think it's a good time anyway. If you like that sort of thing, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things to feed the algorithm to get more eyeballs onto these videos. And if you really want to help the channel out, consider supporting me on Patreon, where patrons get to see these videos early, get my music and comedy early, exclusive reactions, and all sorts of other cool things like that. Anyway, all of that out of the way, let us dive into today's video. We're actually reacting to two things here. The first being the North Pole Corporate Takeover Prologue video, which is a 2.25 minute long video that was released before the actual song came out. I was intending on reacting to this with the full video when it released. Now it's released, so here we are. But yes, there is a prologue video that is a separate video, and then the song itself is the second part. I love when Stupendium does Christmas tunes, and looking forward to the whatever the heck this is going to be. And if you are a fan of the Stupendium and you look at the playlist that I have that has all my reactions to Stupendium songs and you're like, well, where's your reaction to this song? If you don't see it there, it's on Patreon. Or it's the one song of Stupendium's that I did not react to and just watched on my own. And that was oh god, why can't I think of the name of it now? I really love that song. Shine Through. The Shine Through song. I really, really love that song a lot, and I just watched it on my own because I knew it wasn't a comedy song, and that was before I had the idea to do the non-comedy songs over on Patreon. But anyway, regardless, this is way too much preamble. Let's just dive in. It's going to be a long video. We already know that. Okay, just dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, just singing it in ho-ho-hos. Why not? Why not?
Yes, Carol?
Mr. Kringle, sir, some representatives of the board to see you. They don't seem to have an appointment.
So, Christopher Kringle, of course, Saint Nick, Santa Claus, many names, Father Christmas, so many names for the main guy who brings presents on Christmas. There was a letter to Santa that was addressed Dear Satan. That is the plot of a movie with Jack Black that just came out called Dear Santa. Kid misspells it and accidentally sends the letter to Satan instead of Santa. That's a great concept. But I love that. I'm sure that this wasn't supposed to be associated with that, but it's a nice little kids get letters wrong.
I am a little busy right now, but, send them in, okay.
Busy. Dancing his gingerbread cookie around and just singing to himself. Just busy. I get it. Honestly, I get it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Well, you three look a little big to be sitting on my...
Candy Cane, Elise Navidad. That's my favorite one so far. Elise Navidad is Elf Resources. And Stoops in the center there.
Well, you three look a little...
Candy Cane, Christmas marketing. Ken D. Cane, like candy cane. It's, yeah, and Elise Navidad instead of Feliz Navidad. Those are so good. Stupendium already coming in hard with the puns in the production. So good.
little big to be sitting on my knee. What would you like?
Blake Midwinter accounts. Is that a pun, or is that just a neat name?
Like from Santa. Oh, don't tell me. Here to bust my baubles over the budgets again, I suppose.
The accounts department is, as ever, roasting on open fire.
Bust my baubles. That's great. The accounts department is roasting on an open fire. This is just so festive and jolly.
This year's balance sheet is a real turkey.
And even with all the trimmings, we're not getting out of the red.
And Ken, I believe, is being played by Schwabity. I don't know who Elise is. I'm sure I will find out in the credits of either this or the next video. But, yes, in keeping with the idea of the corporate takeover, we have this sketch bit before it.
Red is a very festive colour.
No, we've been over this. Red is bad. We did send you the accounts to review. Did you get a chance to...
He turned the accounts papers into snowflakes instead of reviewing them. Again, I get it.
Oh, I see.
We all don't like to work sometimes, and sometimes we just rather be jolly.
Look, Chris, how many centuries have we been pulling back and forth on this same tired old piece of tinsel? You go over budget every single year. A full-time reindeer masseuse.
Lead-free toy paint.
The elves get a Christmas bonus.
Being mad about lead-free toy paint when most paints don't use lead anymore because of so many kids getting sick back in the day from toys painted with lead paint. That is incredible. Yes, of course, the accounts department would want to do a corporate takeover of the North Pole because they want to subsidize everything and make everything be balanced in the budget instead of like wanting it to be about the cheer and making kids happy. They want it to be cost effective. A full-time masseuse for the reindeer, yes, I understand. That's a little frivolous. But the lead-free paint? That's an important thing. Incredible.
Every single day, and then you expect us to keep this operation afloat whilst the world slaps your face on Fizzy Pop and you refuse to charge them a penny.
Christmas isn't about the money.
Maybe not your Christmas, Chris.
When they put your face on Fizzy Pop, I don't know how true this is, but this is something that I heard, that the modern version of Santa Claus that we know, the Santa in the big red suit that we have depicted here, was invented by Coca-Cola. That's why the suit is red, because Coke cans are red. And was invented by the Coca-Cola company. Some advertising person created this version of Santa Claus drinking a Coke for an ad campaign, and that, did that so many years ago that it became kind of the icon that we recognize as Santa Claus for Christmas. I don't know how true that is, because I haven't looked too deeply into it, but it is a thing I heard, so I'm passing that on. That may be the reference that we're making, because we do associate Christmas, Coca-Cola Christmas with Santa Claus. There's a lot of Coca-Cola ads that use Santa. Also, those polar bears. Not the one this year. Don't watch the one this year. It was made with AI art, and screw that. Anyway.
Perhaps you can't see it by the dim light of that very shiny nose you ride around on, but Christmas has changed. Christmas out there, in the real world, is very much about money.
See?
I'm saying the board have decided you've had enough time to turn this sleigh around. It's time for a bold new direction for Christmas.
It's you've had enough time to turn this sleigh around, which is like trying to be corporate speak about like turning this company around, but we're using the Christmas imagery for a lot of the things that we're saying in the company here. That's great. And take it back a little bit here. By the way, if the audio ends up being crunchy for any of this, I apologize. I've adjusted every setting that I can adjust. It's just sometimes the way the thing captures the audio comes back a little crunchy, and I can't do anything about it. I don't hear it on this until I get like into the editing process. Sorry.
The board have decided you've had enough time to turn this sleigh around. It's time for a bold new direction for Christmas, Claus Inc. and our consumers. And the last thing we want is a power struggle with entrenched management. We expect your resignation within 12 days of Christmas.
You can't do this.
Within 12 days of Christmas. Because the 12 Days of Christmas is a Christmas carol, or Christmas song. Yeah, again, keeping with all of the festive theming with a lot of the corporate speak that's going on here. Yes, they're making Santa resign. Wow. How festive.
I started this workshop. Do you know how much I sacrificed?
Take a holiday, Chris. That's what I'm doing.
Take a holiday, because Christmas is a holiday. Although, in the UK, they say take a holiday, meaning take a vacation. That is a different thing that between American and English speak. Taking a holiday has a different connotation. Means, but that's the point. It's a pun here because Christmas is a holiday, but holiday means vacation for the Brits. I get it. Sorry guys, it's been a while. I've been not doing this for a bit, and I'm just talking a lot. So festive. Oh, his box is packed now. That's sad. Trudging through the snow. Claus Inc. CEO. Oh ho ho. CEO ho ho. Again, I love the puns. Okay, so now we know the plot of what's going to happen in the actual song itself proper. I like that there had to be this brief sketch before things. The North Pole corporate takeover. Soon. Obviously, it's going to be the next video, so let's now jump into the next video. Like magic.
Previously on the North Pole.
Previously on the North Pole. Like it's a series. I kind of love that. To Santa, please for Christmas, can everyone like and subscribe? Thank you. That handwriting's better than mine. The spelling could use some work, though.
Please for Christmas, can everyone like and subscribe? Thank you. Some representatives of the board to see you.
You go over budget every single year. We expect your resignation within 12 days of Christmas.
That's a shot that wasn't in the prologue. Neither was the like and subscribe bit. But like having this be like clips of the previous video, clips of the prologue to show what happened before things, so that we can get into the show the song proper as if it's a show. For people who may not have watched the prologue or even knew of its existence, this recap at the beginning is very nice too. And also just really a funny idea to do.
Do this to me. Do you know how much I sacrificed?
Blake Midwinter.
Let's get to work.
It's the most...
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, yes, the song has not started yet. I'm sorry. A little. I always talk about the production level of Stupendium's videos, and it's weird to be talking about it this early on in this. But, like, yes, this is clearly a big production. We have cast people, not just Stupendium in the video. but also, like, little tiny moments. There is this shot of the cookies that rack focuses to the mince pies. We just have the little rack focus off the cookies onto the mince pies. That is wonderful. And it's little tiny touches like that, like, it's a certain amount of production level that is kind of small in the grand scheme of things, especially when compared to everything else that's going on in the video, but it's something that me personally I appreciate from a filmmaking standpoint, because it just adds that little tiny bit of flair to the visuals beyond just static shots and panning shots. You have a little bit of, rack focus to adjust your what you're focusing on the screen, because it's what the camera is focusing on. And, it's a neat thing to do. It's a neat trick. It's a filmmaking element. And, honestly, Stupendium music videos are short films at this point. Most of the songs and videos being 7 minutes or more or less. Usually not less. Usually they're about 6-7 minutes lately. So that's a long time for a song. But there's a lot of elements that go into that have, like, sometimes it's a minute worth of an outro, sometimes it's a half a minute or a minute worth of an intro. It's been a half a minute now for that intro. So it's just neat things that always catch my eye, that sometimes I don't always point out, but I can't point out everything. I'm only human. I'm not going to catch everything, but I'm pointing out the things that I like. That's why it's my reaction show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's just joy and cheer. Time goes near.
Rebrand plan. The time draws near for our customary summary. That's hard to say, let alone rap. Such joy and cheer as we're crunching the numbers, the time draws near for our customary summary. Just right off the bat, rhymes you would not, words you would not expect in a song, period. And having them rhyme, just silliness. Already, we're going full in on the idea of a corporately focused holiday. Hallmark has burst into flames. Something I noticed, to make numbers rhyme with summary, crunching the numbers the time of the year, not saying the time of the year. So it's numbers the summary. So we're saying the as the to make the rhyme carry through onto the next line. It's something Stupendium does a lot, where the last word of the line doesn't rhyme with the next last word of the line exactly, but connecting it to the first word of that second line completes the rhyme on it. So I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but like if you look at the two lines together, the first sentence doesn't rhyme exactly with the second sentence on the last words of each, unless you connect it with the first word of the second sentence, the second line. They do that a lot. They do that a lot in their songs, and it's kind of an earmark of Stupendium's writing style to cleverly put a spin on what you would think would be the rhyme and what you would think wouldn't possibly rhyme with a thing. Tom Lehrer does it a lot, and I've said this before. Stupendium is the Tom Lehrer of nerdcore. So it's the most non-traditional rhyming style, and that most people wouldn't think of using, and Stoops absolutely crushes it. Rewinding it a bit because you ever forget to pay your mouth bill? Yeah. No, I'm rewinding it a bit because we've only just started and I keep rambling. Oh, it's going to be a yappy video. Yap, yap, yap. I love the idea of an eggnog water cooler, but the realistic part of me doesn't think that would work very well. Because eggnog is usually thick. And, I don't know how well that would go through a tap, a faucet from a cooler. Although that one looked to be a little less viscous than eggnog usually is. It was a bit more liquidy. It's a weird thing to focus on, and I realize that. And sometimes I wonder if, like, people have started it. There have been a couple people who started making Ian out of context videos. I would love to see people do more of them, because I think they're hilarious. But I say some weird random shit during these videos, and just clipping those out would bring me joy, and I don't have time to do it because I'm making these. And also thinking of starting a second channel. What's wrong with me? Happy New Year. So, you know. That's a good example of one to clip if anybody gets inspired. That's a weird thing to put in here. What is wrong with me today? Really? Honestly, who cares? Who knows? I don't. Let's rewinding and doing things again. Yeah, liquidy. Causing complications. You don't want to pay for them complications. Sometimes putting an extra emphasis on an extra syllable is just hilarious to me.
Want toys, but you're not gonna pay for that. It's causing complications. Can't keep dropping joy across all the nations if we're running as a non-profit organization.
Yes, to rhyme complication with organization. There is an extra vowel in organization, so having to make complication be complication, so that it rhymes with organization, and also the rest of the word, the ending words in that couplet there. Again, it's kind of an earmark of comedy songs to kind of adjust syllable sounds or adjust the way the word is pronounced to make it rhyme, and Stupendium does that to great effect in quite a few songs. The first one I can think of is Don't Let the Bellhops Bite. The chorus in that song uses a lot of interesting pronunciations of words to make them rhyme. And also I'm in that music video, so check that out. Hey, shameless plug, hooray. This is so bouncy. This is like having the sleigh bells in the background on the beat. A holiday tradition for any Christmas comedy song. Yeah, this is a bop already, and we're only a minute into the song. Actually, 30 seconds, because it didn't start until 30 seconds into the video. What is wrong with me? I've paused 47 times. I warned you. I warned you. That if you skipped the intro, that's your own fault. I warned you. Merry Christmas.
Can't keep dropping joy across all the nations if we're running as a non-profit organization. Since this place commenced to claim that hence we made presents, the generations came and went. We played pretend and prayed for sense. The guy up top read fake.
There is such hip-hop and rap aren't just about making words rhyme to a beat. There's a certain amount of getting a rhythm and almost getting a melody with them that makes a lot of hip-hop songs enjoyable. Some have them, some don't, and it's no mark against them, or no song is better than another because it uses it or doesn't. But what makes these songs enjoyable for me is this playful kind of melody that's running through it, while it's going, hey, every up and down beat on this that we're doing in this sing-songy melody that we're going through also has a rhyming internal structure. Everything is kind of going on that ent kind of rhyme sound, and it's not just at the end of the words, but it's in the middle of the sentence, so it's on every downbeat for it through this like particular rap style, I should say, because it's not like this particular couplet of this particular set of bars isn't done in the same style that the previous bars were done in. It's not rapping in that same style, it's doing it kind of more of a staccato rhythm, and having that have that rhyme scheme bounce along with the bounciness of the lyrics is great. It's just pleasing to the ears. I'm rewinding it again so I can hear it again.
Organization, since this place commenced to claim that hence we made presents, the generations came and went, we played pretend
Yeah.
and prayed for sense. The guy up top, red-faced and bent, on playing's sake, not paying rent, refused to stop and take a pen to change that mission statement.
To change that mission statement, just to keep the scansion right, just to keep the rhythm on it right, and to have that rhyme kind of fit in. It's so good. And also, just the idea of, yeah, Santa approved too much stuff and it made everything expensive. I like that we're getting a good shot of the eggnog close up to see how non-thick it is. But also, there's a reason that it's not thick. A, because it's in a cooler, and B, because it's office-grade eggnog. Which just the idea of it makes me sick. England spring from deep beneath the pole. The North Pole, obviously. That is, there's fine print on there. And it's not a lot of fine print, so it can't be the entire lyrics to the song Fine Print by Stupendium, but they've done that before. I also love that all the paper cups are Christmas themed, because of course they are. Ridiculous.
Comes around and your kids get cold, our accounts melt down, lyrics cheer no, get your eggnog mixed with economics, so we're fixing the Christmas business model.
There's a lot of things that just happened in that section. First, let's talk about Chernobyl. Puns on puns on puns. Chernobyl. A Christmas version of Chernobyl. Just the idea of it is festively horrible. But they're being hyperbolic because, you know, the idea that a Chernobyl-sized disaster in a corporate setting, it's not going to have a nuclear kind of blowback. Also, the horrible dripping eggnog mustache that Schwabity had in that shot will haunt my dreams. Take it back a little bit, just to relive it. Mostly for the lines of the song, not for the visual.
Your eggnog mixed with economics, so we're fixing the Christmas business model. It's an unwoke up takeover. It's an unwoke up takeover. Now,
Employee of the month, someone in a business suit and a snow globe. That's great. Just eating Nick's cookies. It's a great shot to pull back and see Santa at the window when we're first focused on Blake at the chair, sitting back, feet up on the desk, eating a Christmas cookie and talking business on his business phone. That's a Tom Cardy reference for some of you. Yeah, it's just the corporate takeover of the North Pole. Let's fully visualize that with these just this, it's such a silly concept, and yet, given what things are going on in the modern day and how the CEOs and billionaires are kind of running things, it's not far off. And that makes my soul hurt. Again, just like any good comedy song concept, you have to be able to build on that concept and give examples of like what makes this idea so funny. Yes, the idea of a corporate takeover of Santa Claus because it's become too homogenized and it needs to make a profit. Sending the sleigh to every home is not feasible to do in an evening unless you are magic like Santa Claus, so instead we'll send drones. Just that idea is like completely ridiculous and also hilarious. And yeah, I'm looking at this next line coming up, like using a lot of corporate buzzwords in this because it's a corporate takeover. Obviously, you're going to have something like that in this type of song. The magnets have been rearranged to be a tree. This office Christmas party every day at 4:30 p.m. Remember, audits are due the day after Christmas. Order toner, because that's important for an office, honestly. You need it for the printer. Anyway, let's take it back here a second here, because that section of lines about the drones was great. They're selling the reindeer to quell business loans because using reindeer's overhead strains our overhead. Using reindeer overhead, meaning when they fly, and the overhead, meaning the overhead profits, when you go over too far on a profit line. I think that's what that means. Yeah, holy God. Stockings are floating instead of stocks are floating. Stocks, the stock market. And they're downsizing the elves. They're getting rid of a lot, of some of the workers there. The monetize and sugar plum synergize. Just, I don't know what sugar plum synergize means, but I like the sound of it. It's just festive. Let's keep the festivity part of the Christmas element here. What's a price without hikes? And Lapland, I don't know what, there's an actual place called Lapland. And yes, you sit on Santa's lap at the mall, but there's a connection through all of those lines that I am too lazy to look up, because this video is already too long. We're 30 minutes into this video, into this reaction, and I'm only 2 minutes into a 7-minute song. There was a prologue. I know people are going to come for me in the comments. That's why I keep saying this kind of stuff, because whether or not I love that the majority of you don't mind this, but there are still 1 or 2 people out there who feel the need to say something, so I feel the need to respond. I shouldn't. It's fine. The majority of you love it, and I appreciate you. So, thank you. Taking it back, just success is never just going to land in your lap. Obviously, it's the Santa sitting on your lap pun. But we're in Lapland, baby. No, I am going to look it up now. You know what? Screw it. Forget everything I said about time. What is Lapland? Lapland. It's in Finland. Finland's northernmost region, a sparsely populated area bordering Sweden, Norway, Russia, and the Baltic Sea. It's known for its vast subarctic wilderness, ski resorts, and natural phenomena, including the midnight sun and the northern lights. Oh, so right around near the North Pole-ish, kind of. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'm terrible at geography, kids. Capital Rovaniemi is the gateway to the region, the homeland of the indigenous Sami people, which extends into neighboring countries centering on the far north. So, obviously, if you're in Lapland, you have to do a lot of hiking. What's the price without hikes? We're in Lapland, baby. I thought that was going to be the connection, and I was right.
There's never gonna just land in your lap. We're in Lapland, baby, but the price without hikes. If you want cookies and carrots that have been blazed out by parents, built to make it apparent that Santa made an appearance will.
This section of rhymes is really great. I love the Christmas-themed office mug. You don't have to be Christmassy to work here, but it helps. But also talking about, like, you know, the parents leaving out milk and cookies, and the parents taking a bite to make it seem like Santa was there. Yeah, if this song ruined the idea that Santa Claus might not be real for you, sorry. But yeah, no, that's great little couplet of lines there. Season's meetings. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. No, don't talk to me till I've had my nog. Let's keep everything Christmas. Season's meetings, though, is the worst Christmas-themed office mug I've ever heard. I hate it so much, it's perfect. It's the worst. It's the best worst thing.
Perhaps that dream just outworth it.
Okay. Wow. If you want someone to come and take a bite out of the cookie that the parents left, instead of having the parents do it, because so there's no Santa coming by, there's just drones doing it. Because in this world, Santa obviously does exist. Instead of, you know, because there is no Santa to do it, drones are just delivering it. If you want somebody to take a bite out of the cookies to make it appear as Santa has arrived, that's our premium service. You have to pay extra for that. And if you put out cookies and then you don't want to do it yourself and the cookies don't have a bite in it, you're just ruining that experience for your child. Don't you love your children? That's what those lines are saying. That's the most awful yet hilarious corporate idea for a privatized Christmas takeover thingy. North Pole Words Association buttons.
It's a reasonable ask that you all subscribe to a seasonal pass and look at each on a path, completing menial tasks. Be busy as the reap all the cash.
The idea that they would put such privatization and corporate speak onto the holiday at the North Pole, so much so that they make it sound like DLC for a video game. Because subscribing to a seasonal pass, not a game season where, you know, things rotate out every couple of months, but because it's the holiday season, so it's a seasonal pass. That is so genius, and this is the thing Stupendium does a lot, is really kind of turn attention on how awful corporations and corporate takeovers and the idea of capitalism as a defining spirit behind business and people is, and yet also does it in such a way that is kind of satirizing the idea by itself, and just they have an especially attuned, acute sense of doing this, and Yeah, it's magnificent, and also extremely troubling because it's so prevalent and prescient to our times. There's some amazing lines in this song.
Perhaps their dreams just aren't worth it. And with that in mind, it's a reasonable ask that you all subscribe to a seasonal pass.
I really like all the Christmas letters were previously getting a Santa approved thing, and now they're all getting an invoice stamp. So these kids are going to get charged for this, so that's why you need the seasonal pass. I really want to go back to the typed letter and see what it says. Something you give my mommy a holiday. Really tired looking after me and sister, and she's a really good, and I love her a lot, and she deserves a cruise or whatever holidays grown-ups use. Thank you. Lots of love from... yeah. Okay. That one was asking for gifts for their mom, which is a very sweet thing. But holy crap. Getting an invoice for that.
It's a reasonable ask that you all subscribe to a seasonal pass and look at each on a path, completing menial tasks to keep you busy.
Completing treats on a path to keep you busy as we reap all the cash. Like, there's a seasonal pass, so there's an app with a game on it that, like it's Pokemon Go that you're doing or something. Oh my god. So ridiculous.
You can reap all the cash, crash fairly and barely what the customer affords. You can start in a pear tree and leap up to a lord here.
Could start at a pear tree and leap up to a lord. Because many, partridge in a pear tree, is it 12 Lords of Leaping? I guess that's the 12th one. That's all from the 12 Days of Christmas song. So having that worked into the thing. And also, that Nutcracker looking like Stupendium, that's great too. Oh my god, just so much craft and ridiculous ideas. No wonder it takes Stupendium so long to put out a video, because they put so much time and effort into the production of the video and the production of the song and these lyrics that are so intricate and intertwined and in depth, and just so much is so well thought out. It is literally, like, I'm sure that Stupendium is just such a perfectionist that it probably drives them crazy themselves, but their work showcases it so well. That's why for Halloween they wanted to do something laid back, and still ended up doing a shot-for-shot recreation of a song from a movie. But still, something easy. That's what they called easy, was doing a shot-for-shot remake of a 1986 TV movie. Holy crap, y'all. Price barely at what the customer can afford. Wow. Again, making it more like the gamer speak. Skins for your elf on a shelf. God damn. It's magnificent. It's so good. All the custom costume for those horrible creatures.
They can keep his face on the bottles. It's good brand recognition and we kept the rights. Yeah, of course they'll pay for it.
So, I love the receptionist is named Carol. Obviously, that's a great Christmas pun. Christmas Carol. But talking about this little spoken word interlude here about... Oh no, we're keeping Santa's face on the bottles of Coke, because it's at Christmas they always have Christmas Coke bottles. We kept the rights to it, so we're still making money on that, and it's also brand recognition. Holy crap. Not the Coke brand, the brand of Santa and Christmas, the brand of the North Pole. It's so good. It's so flippin' good, man.
It's still brand recognition and we kept the rights. Yeah, of course they'll pay for it. Who's going to want to change all the lights on the trucks?
Who's going to want to change all the lights on the trucks? We love a self-aware self-reference. Lights on the Truck, of course, being a song Stupendium did for Christmas several years ago, and then remade and did again, which, of course, a more serious song about the holidays. I don't remember if that's a cover or not. I'm thinking it might be a cover because they did it again, but it's a early Stupendium song, a much more serious in tone, not a comedic song. I think I reacted to it on my Patreon, but yeah, good self-referential moment here. Okay. The more I look at this shot, the more my soul dies. First, I wanted to stop because the silly corporate idea of a guy in an office playing golf with a mug, trying to get the golf balls in the mug as if that's a hole-in-one or whatever, trying to get shots at the office while they're working. They're on the phone, but they're, playing golf in their office. Office golf is a thing that, that they leave the office and play actual golf. It's ridiculous. But then we get the brain rot section here of Gen Z Christmas and trying to come up with buzzwords that Gen Z can use for Christmas. We have Joy Maxing and Cheer Pilled, which is the least offensive of everything else on here. One Horse Open Sleigh, S-L-A-Y instead of S-L-E-I-G-H. The thing that first caught my eye was goddamn Rismus. But right underneath that is sledging. SL in parentheses, edging. It's a combination of sleigh and edging, I think. I don't want to think too much about it, but it's there. I can see it. It's on the screen. And then, of course, the fortnight before Christmas. There's something in the top corner, I think that's the erasing of the Christmas party. And there's stuff down at the bottom that I can't see because the lyrics are over it. But good goddamn. This screen. Okay. We're fine. No, we've moved back and now we can see it. We can now see what those bottom two things were saying. Brat, and in parentheses worst, bratwurst, a sausage-like thing sometimes done at holidays, unless you're in Wisconsin, then it's every day. And then, dear God, no Nog November to go along with your sledging. I just realized that I now have on video footage of my soul dying. Thanks, Stoops. I appreciate that. Appreciate all of that. That's wonderful. Did I mention Scribbity Claus? I don't remember if I mentioned Scribbity Claus. But Scribbity Claus was on there. I may have forgotten to mention Scribbity Claus. Perhaps because my eyes glazed over from brain all of that section. I want to, like, Men in Black neuralizer out of my head. Also, that choreography with the Nutcrackers singing is great. Not much choreography, but just the timing to get it all synchronized is nice. If you can afford our affordable prices. Yeah. You can upgrade from the naughty to nice list if you can afford our affordable prices. That is a great line. You may be on the naughty list, but if you pay, you can get on the nice list and not get coal. Holy God. This is such an accurate, horrible thing. If you can pay our affordable prices. I was afraid that we were going to get some of that in here. Look, I honestly don't have a problem with the slang. I just... having it all there at once was a bit much for me. I honestly... like, the slang is whatever. Language is fluid and changes all the time, and I think it's hilarious and interesting, honestly, that a lot of the words that each generation comes up with. But having them specifically like, oh, we're going to corporately target, like, TikTok and do a North Pole dance and try to target this particular demographic for our holiday to increase profits by directly advertising to them speaking the way that they speak, is diabolical, and also something that corporations absolutely 100% do. We're getting choreography, but we're getting the accounts people to do it. So much. If you can pay our affordable prices, not if you can afford our affordable prices. I said that earlier, but I was speaking over the song. You probably didn't hear me. Redom damn dinkulous. Chimney. Not chimney, but we're saying chimney so that it scans properly. But chimney reminds me of Mary Poppins. So that could be a reference to that. Also, it was a Stupendium video first before they scrolled to this North Pole one. The account is called @NorthPole. Straight business, no capitalism. Bullshit. The skibbity riz. Now that Chimney is giving me the skibbity riz. They hated doing that and are throwing up now. This video is so much. I love it. I gotta take it back to the beginning of that TikTok. Since the 50s tradition didn't click with the kids, so now that Chimney is giving me the skibbity riz, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. I'm 45. I kind of know what it means. But at the same time, I don't think even Stoops know what it meant, because it's just... we may as well be saying it, so we're trying to appeal to this demographic, clearly because they're corporate. So funny. Going viral, shilling kitty shit in Christmassy vids. And the first kind of slight swear in a Stupendium Christmas song, I think. Yeah.
team stack.
You won't see an elf trying to whittle a V-buck. Yes, I stopped it before that line, and I just read it off the screen, but just the idea of, yes, there has been this little bit of a disconnect with the idea of Santa and his elves making toys, and most of the toys now becoming so much more advanced. Your iPads, your Nintendo Switches, your PS5s, etc. I say that looking directly at a Switch and a PS5 off camera here. But, like, yeah, you know, kids like technology, and elves traditionally were known of making toys out of wood, and wood toys, nobody gets those anymore. Sometimes you get them in your stocking as, like, a little stocking stuffer gift thing, but your main gifts are the big boxes of the cool stuff. How is a elf going to whittle a V-buck, which is just a card that you type a code into the game to get the currency in-game? That is hilarious, and also that it just shows that disconnect between the idea of, you know, what they do at the North Pole and what the actual reality of the modernization of gifts.
You ever see an elf trying to whittle a V-buck? Hey teams, do you wonder what I gathered you for? Just to check in with my buddies on the factory floor. You know the lads on the board are glad to have you aboard, but we've all seen pretty damning reports.
Whilst toys are such a sweet thing, it's products that you make, and we see you when you're sleeping,
And we know when you take breaks. Oh my god, that's so good. Holy shit. Oh, man. Okay, I realize that this video is almost an hour long. My camera battery is about to die again. It had a full charge when I started this thing, and yet I'm rambling. We're going to stop here. We're going to try to plug this thing in. Bear with me just a moment. I had to get an extension cord and everything. It's fine now. It's fine. Everything's fine. Back to the video. Just, we see you when you're sleeping and we know when you take breaks. The most holiday-rific corporate oversight. Just make goods for goodness sakes. Get to work. Oh, man. This next line before they've sung it is disturbing. You know, on average, 3 elves die when making a PS5. That's why there was a shortage on them the year they came out, PS5s. Because nobody could make the boards for them. Not Sony Japan or the North Pole. Nobody could have access to the boards. The parts weren't available. And so both markets suffered.
You want to respirate, and we'll get some later. Could you not just breathe less, guys?
That's boss.
We got it right.
Could you not just breathe less, guys? Yes, boss. I love the Christmas-themed motivational posters in the background. Dream big, positivity, and success. Dream big is a dog with antlers. Positivity is a gingerbread cookie. And success is a Santa-themed Rubik's Cube. I can't read what it says under those. There are words underneath the main buzzwords. But yes, a giant jug of solvent and sprays and things, and the panel off the side of it, and they're a freaking huge DeWalt drill. There's so much.
The ship and chart a course. I'm pretty sure the guy we kicked was Hans and Porter.
Okay, we've got ship puns and drinking puns combining. We've got to right the ship and chart a course, and of course, charts are very big here in this corporate land. The guy we kicked was hard to port. A port is a type of wine, but also it is port and starboard on a ship. Yes. Yes.
To realign the vision, pass the torches, or we to fight with Christmas market forces. So if you should find your shift, should lag or pause, it's possible the time could stick to pass the orders. We've got every child's wish to grant come morning, well, except the kind of kids who can't afford it.
Yeah. I saw a meme recently that Santa Claus only visits the rich and middle class kids. The poor kids, Santa doesn't bring gifts to. Just the idea of that is so sad. But yes, obviously, because we've privatized Christmas even more and made it a marketable commodity so that we can make a profit as the North Pole Corporation, Claus Inc. Obviously, we're only going to the people who can afford it. If you can't afford it, you don't get Christmas. A sad truth of the world, and the idea of Santa Claus for poor kids, because they write letters. Santa doesn't bring everything that the kid wanted. Yeah, maybe this is awful.
Each and every one of these elves is filled to the pointy brim with microplastics, and thanks to their relative size, to an elf they're actually much larger plastics.
Playing with the pun on the size of the elves, rattling when they shook them, that's fantastic. They seem so amused. Well, there's a size pun. Holding a tiny hammer and handing it to an elf, and the elf sees it as a large hammer. That's fantastic. If you're seeking... Boo-hoo to you if you're seeking to blame us. It's thanks to you we're competing with Bezos. Jeff Bezos, the CEO? The guy who owns Amazon. Incroyable. Just... We've sent whimsy down your chimney for the last 2,000 years, so forgive me being grinchy, but we've had it up to here. That is such a great... it's a real simple line, but it's a great line, because it is... I think that one line in the song really kind of encapsulates the theme of this whole corporate takeover idea for a song concept. Also, noticing Stupendium, they seem to have much longer hair, and it's pulled back. So it's, to give that sort of more slicked back corporate look, but in one shot there, it does appear that their hair is quite long, and pulled back now. Little things, again. I don't notice everything, but the things I notice, obviously, I talk at length about. Mince pies, of course, for Christmas in the UK. Commercial eyes instead of commercialized. Commercial eyes. I love that little flip, because we're showing you everything, and you are getting sucked in by the commercials and requesting these things for Christmas. Man, I am so easily influenced. The past 2 days, my wife pointed out, we've been watching, hey, somebody had chicken wings on this video, and I was like, ooh, I could use some chicken wings. Oh, here's some cheesecake in another video. Ooh, I really want a cheesecake. I'm driven by influence, unfortunately. They're passing notes on wrapping paper, and it says union. And the lyrics talking about the commodification of the whole holiday, which is, what I've been echoing in this whole video. Just, that's commodified the cheer. Just, yeah. How much more corporate can you make it when you're corporatizing even just joy? Oh my God. Christmas pud. Christmas frickin' pud. Christmas fudging pud. Auntie Donna, every single Christmas, reposts their Christmas pud video. Christmas pudding. But they call it Christmas pud. And to hilarious effect because pud is a weird word. And every year Auntie Donna re-releases that video slightly altered. This year I think it's either the director's cut or the commentary version. It just posted on their channel. But like the idea that you've dined free on our IP, the intellectual property of Christmas. Just, yeah, there's so much. That licensees, though fine to eat, don't bake the fudging pud. The licensees aren't the ones making what you're consuming. Yep. Alright.
Don't break the fudging pud. All those fantasies your families have told of dread. You want that?
A tiny elf-sized eggnog cooler. Seasonal gross, income, time. Graphs are fun. The y-axis is the Yule axis. They are making great Christmas profits. We sold our stash of magic. Holy crap. I love these coordinated suits. All red, all green, all gold. It's just so holiday festive. The repeating old ard ash rhyme through that is bold hard brash, cold hard cash. Just so simplistic and great fun. You can see it coming. You can see the idea of cold hard cash being the line to end the section here. Told are trashed, and then sold our stash. Yeah, just having that be the rhyming scheme for this section, having it end with cold hard cash is like expected, but at the same time, those rhymes are brilliant to lead up to it. It's good stuff. Harsh brash. That's not wrong. The monetization of Christmas is already very prevalent. People spend so much money on Christmas presents at Amazon or other places or whatever. And so if you guys monetized it with all this, Hallmark stuff of different ornaments and all the Christmas decorations and wanting you to make purchases during Christmas, Small Business Saturday, you all support small businesses, and Black Friday being such a huge thing. But also, you guys monetized it. Why not Claus Inc., who devised the entire holiday to begin with? Except that it's supposed to be, a religious holiday, but never mind that. Gifts. Yeah. Obviously. This is another one of Stoops' incredible dissections of capitalism and corporations. They seem to do that a lot. You'd think they don't like them, but they make them so fun. Now my toys are tax deductible. Little bit of Stupendium marketing here because the tie is now orange. And there's the plush Stupendium. There is the Stupendium U2s, which I have. There's the Cosmo in the background next to the PS5. There's a lot of Legos. A Titanic Lego. There's the Stupendium in the toy box from the toy box. I have the same problem. I collect a lot of Lego things and still haven't built any of them. Yeah, I get it. But yes, now my toys are tax deductible. Yes. just stacks on stacks, man. So good. Having the Easter Bunny, E-Bunny, hop on a call. Patrick, how's the Saint business? St. Patrick's Day. Oh, we're gonna take over all the other holidays too, I see. Merger. Cupid, let me shoot my shot. So many puns for all of these. Can he hop on a call? Can E-Bunny hop on a call? Just all the puns with all the holidays.
Hi, Pancake Day HQ. I've got an offer for you, and you are going to flip.
Pancake Day, which is strictly a UK thing. We don't have Pancake Day here in the US. And I recently saw Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is in many movies in the upcoming 28 years later, but also currently in Nosferatu and Craven the Hunter, was on Last Meals on Mythical Kitchen and was talking about Pancake Day, and Josh, the host, had never heard of Pancake Day. It's not something we have here in the US, but the idea of like all these like big traditional holidays that they celebrate everywhere or most everywhere, and then going to Pancake Day being one of them, and an offer for you, and you're going to flip because you flip pancakes, puns on puns on puns, and the wry smile with the cocked eyebrow at the end. That was fantastic as usual. Holy crap. Yes, this video is over an hour. I don't care. I just have to... It's just the way that I enjoy this. Like, every line is a gem. Every idea and concept is so fully, thoroughly established and thought out. The production behind the video is so well planned and conceived, and just the idea itself is so ridiculous. It gives birth to such great ideas to fully flesh out this song and video, and I absolutely love that. Once again, a frickin' masterpiece from the Stupendium. Holy crap. Let's watch the outro, and then I'll do my own.
Thank you. Wonderful stuff. Credit to our seasonal pass holders over on Patreon, the revenue from which has greatly boosted our fourth quarter content offerings this year.
Fourth quarter content. So yes, Patreon helped fund a lot of the videos, obviously. Gravy Boost. For a limited time, unlocked up to 30% more gravy with select purchases while stock lasts. On the seasonal pass through Patreon. Holy crap.
A note to those of you who may have missed the opening, the prologue of this presentation is linked below along with our portfolio of other...
Yes, we watched the prologue, obviously. Bake Midwinter, a play on Blake Midwinter. New Skingerbreads. There's a word I never want to read again. Skingerbreads, which would be skins for your gingerbread men in the game, just dropped. Trade in your pudding points to nab these sweet new snack-accessories. Snack-accessories. Accessories for snacks, because gingerbread men are cookies. There's so many puns! Mystery stocking. Purchase Kringle keys to reveal hidden rewards at the Hearth. Visit Hearth.
The musical assets. happy to report that focus testing continues to show liking, commenting, and subscribing as popular within the cool and trendy demographic.
Yes, the cool and trendy people always like, comment, and subscribe, so of course you can do that on Stupendium's video. Link is in the description box below, but I'd appreciate it if you did it on my video too. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of those things to get eyeballs onto these videos, and of course, go check out Stupendium's video without me yammering all over it, please. If you haven't before, what are you doing watching an hour-long reaction before actually watching the video? I appreciate it, but silly. Double pud. Always room for more pud. Claim a double portion of pudding points when you upgrade to Nice List Plus Hot Pud. That has to be an Auntie Donna reference. It has to be. Holy crap.
With a real surge in bell ringing this time of year.
A real surge in bell ringing this time of year, yes. Not just the subscribe bell, but it's Christmas and sleigh bells, yes.
I'd like to close out this meeting by remembering what we're really celebrating.
What do we really say?
This all started with the birth of Jesus. So it's always been about generating a profit.
What a magnificent pun to end on. This all started with the birth of Jesus, so it's all about generating a profit. Profit for corporate, P-R-O-F-I-T. But Jesus was a prophet, P-R-O-P-H-E-T, who prophesied things. So, a play on the word on profit. And honestly, that is the same joke they made in Dogma, the Kevin Smith movie. Bethany was told by the seraph. I can't remember Alan Rickman's character's name, but Alan Rickman. It's just Alan Rickman. That Bethany would be helped by two prophets, thinking P-R-O-P-H-E-T, who end up being Jay and Silent Bob. And he's like, if we can't make money, how can I make myself a profit? How can we make a profit, make money? P-R-O-F-I-T. Comedy. It's funny.
No, like a religious prophet. No, it's a pun. Nobody? No, fine. You're fired.
And then explains the pun that I explained too long. I love that. I love the crap out of that. Our first Christmas song of the season. I really enjoyed that. Hope you did too. If you did, again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Original video linked in the description. If you want to really help the channel out, see these reactions early, get exclusive reactions like Stupendium songs that I haven't reacted to here on the channel, join these folks over here on my Patreon at patreon.com/InsaneIan. We got more stuff coming this week, Christmas and non-Christmas, just catching up on a bunch of videos. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Hans Gruber, can it be? He is here for robbery. Hostages are taken.